Michael Crichton led a fascinating and multifaceted life. His background in medicine, love for technology, and remarkable imagination allowed him to bridge science and storytelling in unique ways. Here's a deeper look into his life journey, influences, personal interests, and legacy. Michael Crichton was born on October 23, 1942, in Chicago, Illinois, and raised in the upscale Long Island suburb of Roslyn, New York. He was the oldest of 4 children, with a family that valued education and creativity. His father was a journalist, which influenced Crichton's early interest in writing, as he grew up reading voraciously and writing stories. By the age of 14, Crichton was already writing articles, and he even submitted an essay to the New York Times about his experience visiting the Museum of Modern Art. He was fascinated by storytelling and science from a young age. Initially enrolling at Harvard to study literature, Crichton quickly became disillusioned with the rigidity of the English department. After a famous incident where he secretly tested a professor's grading by submitting an essay by George Orwell as his own and receiving a B, he switched his major to biological anthropology. He graduated summa cum laude and was elected to Phi Beta Kappa, showing an early academic excellence. Despite his passion for writing, Crichton entered Harvard Medical School, driven by an intellectual curiosity about medicine and science. While studying, he continued to write novels to help pay for his education, often under pseudonyms like John Lang and Jeffrey Hudson. He received his MD in 1969, though he chose not to practice medicine, instead channeling his medical knowledge into his writing. Crichton's medical background became a foundation for his 1969 novel, The Andromeda Strain, which he wrote while still in medical school. The novel tells the story of a team of scientists working to contain a deadly extraterrestrial virus. Its success allowed him to transition full-time to writing, and it was later adapted into a film. Crichton's books often revolve around technology's power and perils. He was particularly interested in how science could be both wondrous and dangerous, which is evident in novels like Jurassic Park, Prey, and Sphere. His stories explored what could happen when humans tampered with nature or unleashed technology they didn't fully understand. Crichton married 5 times and had 2 children. His first marriage was to Joan Radom in 1965, but it ended in divorce. He married Kathy St. John's, Susanna Childs, and actress Anne-Marie Martin, with whom he had a daughter, Taylor, before marrying his 5th wife, Sherry Alexander, with whom he had a son, John Michael, born posthumously in 2009. His personal life was often private, with Crichton choosing to keep his relationships out of the public eye. Michael Crichton passed away on November 4, 2008, at the age of 66 after a quiet battle with lymphoma. His death was a significant loss to the literary and film worlds. Despite his illness, he continued to write, demonstrating his commitment to his craft until the end. Crichton received numerous accolades throughout his career, including an Emmy Award for ER and various science fiction and thriller awards. His works have inspired academic discussions, and he remained celebrated for his contributions to both literature and science awareness. Here's a chronological list of Michael Crichton's books, including those published under his own name as well as under pseudonyms. Novels as John Lang pseudonym. Odds On, 1966, a heist thriller set in a luxury hotel. Scratch 1, 1967, a mistaken identity espionage thriller. Easy Go, 1968, an adventure about an Egyptian tomb raiding. A Case of Need, 1968, a medical thriller that won the Edgar Award for Best Novel published under the name Jeffrey Hudson. Zero Cool, 1969, a suspense novel involving the mafia and an art heist. The Venom Business, 1969, a thriller involving snake smuggling. Drug of Choice, 1970, a story about a mysterious tropical drug. Grave Descent, 1970, an adventure about a deep-sea salvage operation. Binary, 1972, a political thriller about a plot to poison an American city. Novels as Michael Crichton. The Andromeda Strain, 1969, a science fiction thriller about a deadly extraterrestrial microorganism. The Terminal Man, 1972, a novel about a man who undergoes brain surgery to control his seizures, with dire consequences. The Great Train Robbery, 1975, a historical crime novel about a Victorian-era train heist. Eaters of the Dead, 1976, a fictional retelling of the Beowulf legend, blending history and myth. Congo, 1980, an adventure novel about an expedition in the Congo searching for rare diamonds. Sphere, 1987, a psychological thriller about a team investigating a mysterious spacecraft on the ocean floor. Jurassic Park, 1990, a science fiction thriller about a dinosaur theme park gone awry. Rising Sun, 1992, a crime thriller set in the world of Japanese-American business culture. Disclosure, 1994, a novel about sexual harassment and corporate power dynamics. The Lost World, 1995, the sequel to Jurassic Park, following a new team of scientists exploring a hidden dinosaur sanctuary. Airframe, 1996, a techno-thriller about an airplane accident investigation. Timeline, 1999, a time-travel adventure set in medieval France. Prey, 2002, a sci-fi thriller involving nanotechnology and self-replicating swarms. State of Fear, 2004, a novel exploring climate change and environmental activism. Next, 2006, a story about genetic research, ethics, and the future of biotechnology. Posthumous publications. Pirate Latitudes, 2009, an adventure novel set in the Caribbean about pirates, treasure, and intrigue, discovered as a complete manuscript after Crichton's death. Micro, 2011, a science fiction thriller involving miniaturization technology, left unfinished by Crichton and completed by author Richard Preston. Crichton also published a few notable non-fiction works. 5 Patients, 1970, a look at the state of American healthcare through 5 patient case studies. Jasper Johns, 1977, a biography of the American painter and sculptor Jasper Johns. Electronic Life, 1983, a guide to computers aimed at general audiences. Travels, 1988, a memoir about Crichton's personal travels and experiences, touching on themes of spirituality, medicine, and adventure. Here's a list of movies adapted from Michael Crichton's novels, screenplays, or concepts, along with some details about each film. The Andromeda Strain, 1971. Director, Robert Wise. Synopsis, adapted from Crichton's 1969 novel. This sci-fi thriller follows a team of scientists trying to contain a deadly extraterrestrial microorganism. Notable, widely praised for its scientific accuracy and tense atmosphere. The Carey Treatment, 1972. Director, Blake Edwards. Based on Crichton's novel A Case of Need, written under the pseudonym Jeffrey Hudson. Synopsis, a medical thriller where a doctor tries to clear a colleague's name after a patient dies during an abortion. The Terminal Man, 1974. Director, Mike Hodges. Synopsis, based on Crichton's 1972 novel, it follows a man who undergoes brain surgery to control his seizures but ends up experiencing violent psychotic episodes. The Great Train Robbery, 1978. Director, Michael Crichton. Synopsis, adapted from Crichton's 1975 historical novel. This heist film stars Sean Connery and Donald Sutherland as they attempt a daring gold robbery on a Victorian-era train. Looker, 1981. Director, Michael Crichton. Synopsis: though not based on a novel, this sci-fi thriller was an original screenplay by Crichton, focusing on a plastic surgeon uncovering a corporate conspiracy involving models and digital manipulation. Runaway, 1984. Director, Michael Crichton. Synopsis: another original screenplay by Crichton. This sci-fi thriller follows a police officer specializing in runaway robots involved in crime. Jurassic Park, 1993. Director, Steven Spielberg. Synopsis: based on Crichton's 1990 novel, the iconic film tells the story of a dinosaur theme park where genetically engineered dinosaurs escape. It became one of the highest-grossing films of all time. Notable, revolutionized special effects and inspired several sequels. Rising Sun, 1993. Director, Philip Kaufman. Synopsis: based on Crichton's 1992 novel, this crime thriller stars Sean Connery and Wesley Snipes as detectives investigating a murder in the Los Angeles headquarters of a Japanese corporation. Disclosure, 1994. Director, Barry Levinson. Synopsis: based on Crichton's 1994 novel, the film explores themes of sexual harassment and corporate power, starring Michael Douglas and Demi Moore. Congo, 1995. Director, Frank Marshall. Synopsis: based on Crichton's 1980 novel, the adventure follows a team searching for diamonds in the Congo while facing a deadly species of gorillas. The Lost World, Jurassic Park, 1997. Director, Steven Spielberg. Synopsis: a sequel to Jurassic Park, based on Crichton's 1995 novel The Lost World, this film explores another island with living dinosaurs. Sphere, 1998. Director, Barry Levinson. Synopsis: adapted from Crichton's 1987 novel, this psychological thriller stars Dustin Hoffman, Sharon Stone, and Samuel L. Jackson as scientists investigating a mysterious spacecraft discovered underwater. Timeline, 2003. Director, Richard Donner. Synopsis: based on Crichton's 1999 novel, this film follows archaeologists who travel back to medieval France in a time travel experiment that goes awry. The Andromeda Strain, 2008, TV miniseries. Synopsis: a modernized TV adaptation of Crichton's 1969 novel, expanding on the original story with new plotlines and characters. Original concepts by Crichton adapted to film and TV. Westworld, 1973. Director, Michael Crichton. Synopsis: an original screenplay by Crichton about an amusement park populated by lifelike androids that malfunction and turn against the guests. This concept was later adapted into the popular HBO series Westworld 2016. Coma, 1978. Director, Michael Crichton. Based on the novel by Robin Cook, but Crichton adapted and directed this film about a hospital conspiracy involving patients who fall into comas. ER, 1994-2009, TV series. Synopsis: inspired by Crichton's own experiences as a medical student, ER became one of the longest-running medical dramas on television, known for its realistic portrayal of emergency room life. Michael Crichton's unique blend of science fiction, medical knowledge, and thrilling suspense made his novels perfect for cinematic adaptations. Many of his stories continue to be reinterpreted, highlighting the lasting appeal of his imaginative and thought-provoking storytelling.